In the heart of Central Africa, a realm known as the Kingdom of Luba emerged, flourishing from the 15th to the 19th century. Nestled along the Lualaba River, the kingdom marked the first such state in the vast Congo basin. The prowess of the Luba elite in ironworking and trade, particularly in metals like copper, enabled the rise of a kingdom that stretched across the Apemba Depression in present-day Southern Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Kingdom of Luba thrived until it succumbed to the grip of Belgian colonialists in the late 19th century. Around 1300, the roots of the Kingdom of Luba took hold in the lush landscapes of Central Africa, specifically the southern rainforests of Shaba. Its influence extended to the wet grasslands of the Lake Apemba Depression, now part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Luba monarchs and oral traditions trace their heritage back to the Shaba area, inhabited by the Iron Age Lualaba people. The Lualaba sites, dating back to the 6th-7th century, thrived on local metal deposits, especially copper, fostering trade with other Central African peoples through the region's rivers. Agriculture in the region predates 1100, featuring crops like red sorghum, millet, yams, bananas, beans, sugarcane, and groundnuts. Inhabited pockets of rich agricultural land were interspersed with large uninhabited areas used for hunting, leading to the emergence of small independent chiefdoms. Fishing in lakes and rivers, along with animal herding and the exploitation of local iron and copper deposits, were integral to the region's way of life. Crafts such as pottery, basket making, weaving, and the production of salt, palm beer, and copper jewelry thrived. Trade was a cornerstone of Luba society, reaching the forests of Central Africa, extending as far south as Zimbabwe and eastward to the coast. The UNESCO General History of Africa describes the kingdom's origins, suggesting that the Luba kingdom likely emerged before 1500 through the fusion of several patrilineal clans. Each clan, led by a chief or kilata, acknowledged the authority of the king. The king, surrounded by dignitaries like the guardian of emblems and the military chief, embodied the sacredness or Mulopwe of kingship in the bloodline. According to oral legends, the first Luba king, Congolo, meaning rainbow, was initially cruel, but underwent a transformation through the teachings of a hunter named Kalala Elunga from the east. The hunter's interactions with the king's sisters led to the birth of a child who, upon reaching adulthood, left Luba and sought out his father. Armed with an army from the hunter, the prince returned to depose his cruel uncle and establish just rule in the Kingdom of Luba. Variations of the myth exist, with different outcomes, but the overarching theme involves the unification of micro-kingdoms into the larger Luba kingdom through marriage or abdication. As Luba kings seamlessly combined ruling with religious duties, they evolved into revered figures, embodying sacredness in their bloodline. The story of Luba's founding king reflects regional trade and the spread of ideas, possibly influenced by the Bantu migration that disseminated language and technology across the continent. Emblems of Luba royal power, such as double iron bells, showcased their advanced metalworking skills and reflected the exchange of ideas throughout Central Africa. Before the dawn of the 16th century, the tapestry of Luba society was woven through matrilineal threads, a unique pattern unlike the predominantly patrilineal norms of Central Equatorial Africa. However, as time unfolded, the Luba adopted the patrilineal custom, reshaping the fabric of their lineage. Kings emerged from the ranks of influential landowners, many of whom were also revered as priests of the spirits dwelling in the land. The trajectory of power saw these rulers expanding their domains, absorbing neighboring lands, and unifying small chiefdoms through strategic marriages. This marked the genesis of a nobility, with a king presiding over this newfound hierarchy. The kings, balancing the responsibilities of rulership with religious duties, ascended to a status of reverence, evolving into sacred figures. The kingdom's prosperity in agriculture and trade fueled a surplus of produce, affording wealthier citizens the luxury of liberation from manual labor. This newfound freedom enabled them to dedicate themselves to constructing systems of state governance. The acquisition of land from weaker neighbors, the extraction of tribute from conquered tribes, and the enslavement of captives all played pivotal roles in enhancing agricultural production and liberating Lubans from the shackles of toil. Criminals might also find themselves subjected to a life of servitude. Thus, the Kingdom of Luba was born. The UNESCO General History of Africa describes the Luba state as a pyramid of pyramids. At the village level, households formed bonds through patrilineage, extending to relations between villages, each with a titled chief. The kingdom itself was governed from the capital, reflecting the pyramid structure in its layout. Royal quarters stood at the center, surrounded by sections for titled officials, distinguished by their military or civilian roles. The Bambudi, a closed association, assisted the king in governance. The title Mulopwe symbolized the indivisibility of power, an authority not meant to be shared. Within the vibrant tapestry of Luba life, religious practices blossomed, mirroring the heartbeat of Africa. Priests, with promises of agricultural abundance and fertility, wielded magic and divination to captivate their followers. Ancestral veneration and reverence for local spirits, entwined with natural features and phenomena, permeated the religious landscape. Kings stood not only as earthly rulers, but also as sacred figures, a reverence extending to other figures of authority, particularly heads of families. The authority of these figures found additional support in secret societies, like the mysterious Bambudi, whose hidden rites and rituals remained shrouded in the mists of time. Luban art served as a mirror reflecting the facets of their religious beliefs. Metal face masks, adorned with cattle horns, conveyed a sense of magical prowess often associated with rulers. Hardwood manifested in ritual axes, their handles covered in nodules, cradled elongated metal blades. Other artifacts hinted at the distinctive Luban attire, featuring tall headdresses and prominent ritual scars, each telling a tale of the kingdom's rich religious tapestry. In 18th century, the Kingdom of Luba, its pulsing heart centered around Lake Boya, experienced a remarkable surge. King Kadilo, a sovereign of considerable influence reigning from around 1700 CE, orchestrated a period of expansion that echoed through the annals of Luba's history. Through the might of the royal army, the kingdom gradually absorbed neighboring realms. The Kingdom of Kikanja to the south, the Kingdom of Kalandwe to the west, and various tribes in the southeast all found themselves entwined in the folds of Luba's territorial embrace. This military conquest, however, had ripples. Some chose to depart, seeking autonomy in the face of encroaching dominion. The resilient people of the lower Luvua River Basin embarked on a journey that led to the establishment of the Shila State near Lake Mweru, a testament to the ever-shifting currents of independence and expansion. As the 19th century unfolded, a fresh impetus for territorial dominion emerged. The kingdom, under the influence of leaders like King Kadilo, extended its reach eastward, pushing towards the shores of Lake Tanganyika and the northern stretches of the Lualaba River. Such was the sway of Luba's success that neighboring regions in central and eastern Zambia, as well as Malawi, claimed lineages tracing back to the illustrious kings of Luba. Among these neighboring realms, the Run Kingdom in western Shaba stood prominently influenced by Luba's traditions, institutions, and symbols. This interplay between the two kingdoms fostered a rich cross-cultural exchange. The tapestry of Luba's glory continued to weave into the late 19th century. However, like many other African cultures, its fate took a dramatic turn with the advent of European colonialists. The Belgian colonialists emerged as the nemesis, casting shadows over the once flourishing kingdom around 1885. This marked the inception of what would later be recognized as the Belgian Congo, a period fraught with civil unrest. Independence finally unfurled its wings in 1960, ushering in a tumultuous era for the region. The Republic of the Congo, also known as Congo-Leopoldville, emerged from 1960-4, followed by the Democratic Republic of the Congo from 1964-71. A subsequent metamorphosis saw the region named the Republic of Zaire from 1971-97. Finally, in 1997, it assumed its present identity as the Democratic Republic of the Congo, encapsulating the echoes of its journey through the winds of time. The 20th century dawned, and with it, the Democratic Republic of the Congo continued to navigate a tumultuous path. Political landscapes shifted like desert sands, leaving imprints of instability and uncertainty. The echoes of colonialism reverberated in the nation's soul, a haunting reminder of a bygone era. In the midst of political upheavals and shifting allegiances, the Democratic Republic of the Congo bore witness to a tapestry woven with threads of hope and despair. Its resources, coveted by the global stage, became both a blessing and a curse. Riches beneath the soil, from minerals to precious stones, fueled dreams of prosperity but also sowed seeds of conflict. The latter half of the 20th century saw the nation grappling with the complexities of self-governance. Waves of optimism surged with the promise of independence, only to crash against the shores of internal strife. Leaders rose and fell, each chapter of governance penned in the ink of ambition and sometimes tragic missteps. Amidst the political storms, the people endured. Their resilience mirrored the spirit of the ancient Kingdom of Luba, a testament to the indomitable will that had shaped the region for centuries. As the 21st century unfolded, the Democratic Republic of the Congo stood at a crossroads, bearing the weight of its storied past and the aspirations of a future yet to be written. The legacy of the Kingdom of Luba, despite the shadows cast by colonialism, endured in the cultural fabric of the nation. Its influence echoed in the rhythms of daily life, the beats of traditional drums carrying the whispers of a time when Luba kings ruled with both might and wisdom.